Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day. This is Kevin Allen here, and I woke up this morning and saw that one of my favorite iOS apps, Koala, had a pretty significant software update just yesterday. And just kind of looking through some of the notes here, some of the items that they have here are that they export stems both as files or in Ableton sets. So now we finally have the ability to export stems out of whatever we create in the app. We can merge samples by dropping them on each other, which is pretty incredible. BPM widget is more accurate. They made some changes to the way that you import the external audio, which is very good. And most importantly, with that is now we could, I should say, most importantly for me, now when we import videos into here, like if we were to do a screen grab, for example, we can import YouTube now, which is quite incredible, and just drag and drop a video clip onto one of these pads here, and it just takes the audio there, which is really, really cool. We can get to where we need to get to from section to section quicker with a swipe rather than having to tap the top, which is pretty cool as well. And then a couple of UI, little UI tweaks and stability things like that. The first one, being able to export stems is really nice. So if we go ahead and make something real quick, and then we'll just bring this over here like so. So say if we're like, all right, we're jamming now, and we're just like, we're like this. Whatever we're doing, we're not going to really do a real serious thing here. That sounds horrible, but that's fine. So you have that going. I feel like I'm like spitting all over my iPad here. So you have that going, and if we wanted to export this now, we can go into here, this hamburger menu. We can click on export, and now we have several different options here. We have export all samples, which is all the samples that we've created. Then we have export the current loop, whatever loop that we currently have there. Then we have export all loops. So if we made several different ones, we can do that. So in this particular one, we're going to do the current loop, and name your loop Kevin loop. And we're going to go OK. And actually, I think what else we need to do is another one. So hang on. So something like that. And then if we go into here and we go export now, export all loops. So one file per loop or file for every pad. So basically we have two different options of how we want to export these now, if we want them all kind of consolidated or if we want them separated. So we can figure that out however we want to do that. We may do one file per loop, and then it brings it out, and then we can save to files, and I'm just going to put it in this KMats folder for now. Let's make a new one. Let's say Koala Temp, just so this is empty. And then, okay, that's fine. And then go like that. So we have that. Now, if we go into our Files app and we go into KMats and then Koala Temp, so we see the loops are right there. The one, if we click on that and we go in here, we see that loop 0 and loop 1. These are the two different ones that we just created there. And it looks like it automatically zips it up for you too. So you have that, which is really nice. And then you also have the way to export it as an Ableton set. So if we export and we go get export Ableton Live, and then we can do again the whole loops, or we can do all stems. Whole loops versus all stems, just basically they're saying it's depending on if you're using light or if you're using regular Ableton, just because you have a limited number of tracks that you can have in Ableton Light. So if you have regular Ableton, you're probably always going to select the individual stems. So you'll go all stems there, and you'll go Kevin loops, and OK. And then we'll save to files as well. We'll put it in the same folder. And then let's go back over here. And Kevin loops. which is this one. No, Ableton, Kevin Loops, this one that we just did, 645, the first one. So there we go. Here are the 4 files. And if we go, we can open one of these up and it'll open up in Ableton now, which is pretty cool if you're an Ableton user, which I actually am. So I can see myself possibly utilizing that function. So that's the first thing. Let's go back up here. Let's go new. Let's have a fresh new one that we can start with. So the second thing that we said is you can merge samples and drop them onto each other. So let's go here. So I might edit this. And then I might say if you want to mix it, we can mix it. You can do that. And I think we can go to resampling to... So that's what's going on there. So we can go here, and we can also do add to end. So now, So now you have that functionality too. And one of the things, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. We're going to talk about slicing in just a second, but BPM widget is more accurate. So they just mean going into sequence, that you can press and hold this, and you can go up and down now to get like your individual. Even though I'm kind of going down, actually, was it left? So left and right, you see what that's doing, but you can kind of get really granular. And then you can go in here, and this just does each digit, but left and right kind of gives you, you go slower. So it looks like down under a certain number, they don't do the decimal. So over 116, right? So when you get down here, it's even more precise. But even under here, that's kind of interesting. It's only for like 107 to 116. That's interesting that it doesn't. But okay. We're not asking why things are. We're just kind of sharing with you for now what we have here. So importing audio is easier. So if we have a new file, and I'm going to do 2 of these together. Importing audio is easier, and import audio from videos. So if we have a new project here, and we want to click on this mic button, and we want to import file, if I want to bring in a sound, if I tap that, it's going to automatically launch Audio Share. Not quite sure what that launch is if you don't have Audio Share installed. I think this is a paid app. I mean, I feel like anyone that does music probably, hopefully does have this app. But yeah, I'm not sure if it opens the Files app or not. But I have a YouTube dump, and this is the file here. And once I open Koala, so there's the file. So you see that. You just tap it, it automatically opens in Koala. And now we have a song that we can slice up, which is pretty awesome. And I'm actually really excited to spend more time with this. One of the things that I, as a former Ableton user, and I still have it, but I don't use it nearly as much. But when I was using it a lot, one of the things that they did so well to me is like their sort of automatically slice up something by transients. That was kind of incredible to me, because I haven't really seen anything like that on the iPad yet. That can do that. And I feel like this is a perfect app to kind of allow for such a thing, which is like, okay, we have this in here. If there's like a knob over here on the right or something like that, and it basically is saying like, how sensitive do you want it? You want it like 100% or you want 50%? And it kind of slices this thing up and splits it amongst however many pads you designate. And it kind of takes a little bit of the work out of sampling. But that would be cool if they have some. I'm sure they probably are working on something like that, but I think that's a lot more involving to kind of do. But in this particular case, say if we play this, so I may look at this and I may be like, all right, boom, I'll take from this point and I'll bring this all the way over to maybe around here, right? And I may crop this. So we have. So I may take this and drag and drag and drag. So it's a little tedious, but they do make it pretty quick to be able to do things in here, right? So you have your main one, and I can just quickly be like, all right, maybe I just, maybe I just want that. And then this one, maybe I want, you could kind of figure out. So you may do that. And then you may bring in another one. So it's a little tedious, but those of you who are into, and then you could pitch this. So you have that functionality, and of course you could pitch from here, but you could also double tap to get that back. And if you go into sequencer, you can also kind of pitch shift from this keyboard. And you may do like chromatic. So you have that functionality, which is cool as well. So that's that. And then swipe between sections. If you touch the middle of the screen and swipe, you can now get to the previous page, which I think is pretty cool too. And you can do the same to get to your performance section. And then they have some, like I said, some bug fixes and some UI stuff. And, I haven't gone through it. I haven't seen actually a lot of the other changes yet. But if you guys know of anything else that you see here that they implemented, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd love to check those out myself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick video for you guys and share some of these really, really cool updates. And I'm actually excited for that screen grab thing and be able to bring in some YouTube stuff and just kind of have fun with this app. This app was, inspired by Jay Dilla and, his sampling stuff that he's kind of pioneered many years ago. And it's just one of the many sort of awesome apps that are available on iOS. So definitely check it out. I think it's like $5 or something. If you have an iPhone, it's actually for Android now too, which I think is really cool. I think this app a lot of people may consider is like it's probably better maybe or more suited for like handheld, but I don't have an iPhone. I only have an iPad and an Android device. I haven't gotten it on my Android yet, but I could see myself definitely doing that eventually. So that's pretty much it. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.